Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come into the J Spot, replacing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your life. Your host Jay and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! Want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, tonight we are being brought to you by the J Spot Airbnb. We have the link posted in our comments. The J Spot Airbnb is a 2-bedroom luxurious condo located right next to the United Center. Guys, we have had an amazing summer. Now we're gearing up for the fall and the winter season, so we have a little bit something sexy and romantic. Now's the time to turn on the fireplace and dim the lights. If that's your scene, definitely check us out. Again, the J Spot Airbnb. We're also being brought to you by Delaware Inc. Now it's cold out here, guys. As you can see, I'm over here freezing. So if y'all see me doing this, don't even worry about it. Just know that it's below zero in the studio. But I'm not gonna go talking about nobody up in here. I'm not even gonna talk about them like that because I already said. So if I just just know I'm freezing. But definitely check him out. He has his his fall hoodies. Guys, amazing colors. They are so comfortable. Check them out. Delaware Inc. will have his link posted in the comments as well. And we're also being brought to you by BK the Barber. So if you are in Springs, Texas, looking for a good lining, good fade, check him out. BK the Barber. Again, his link will be posted in the comments as well. Guys, for all three, use reference code J, and that's Jaye. Guys, we have a great show lined up tonight. I am so excited. I'm pumped. I'm full of sugar and coffee and all this other good stuff. So y'all know what happens when I'm full of sugar and coffee. I'm going to have this mouth be running for the next 2 hours. So guys, listen, we're going to start off with our first hot topic. Now, let me know what you guys think about this. I don't know. As I heard it, I'm just like, I don't know what the big fuss is about. So we're talking about the Nia Long scandal and her dude being for the entire streets. So what do you all think about that? The guys are saying, listen, use that same energy that y'all used in y'all head when it came out some years ago, maybe a year ago or so, when Jada Pinkett, when she had her entanglement, and all the women were on board. Oh yeah, that's her entanglement. Da, 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 da. And now the fellas are saying, listen, where's the same energy? Like, use that same energy for Nia Long. Now all of the women want to be in their feelings about, oh boy, cheating with his coworker or allegedly cheating with his coworker. But how do you guys feel about that? Are you feeling some type of way, or is it just like, you know what? It's no big deal. It's just another dude that has cheated on a good woman. But here's what I'd like to say. Before we go throwing around the good man and the good woman title, like, I don't know. First, I like to kind of dig a little deeper into situations before I go and give them a good tongue lashing. I like to know a little bit more about the situation. Like, was she really a good woman to him? Now, here's the thing. By all means, I don't condone cheating. I don't, because my theory is, listen, if you're not happy, just leave. Like, for me personally, don't cheat on me. Just leave me. Like, I promise you, I will be okay. Just leave me alone. But the last thing I want for somebody to do is you to have me sitting up here looking stupid. See, that's the hurtful part of these situations. When you get cheated on, you out here, you looking stupid. You got me out here looking stupid. I'm sitting up here thinking that you all for me, you team Jay, and you out here with somebody else behind my back. That's the part. That's the part that hurts. You got me looking stupid. Don't have me looking stupid. And see, I think that was the point for her. She out here thinking that he all team Nia, and he got her out here looking stupid. That's the worst thing. You sitting up here, you bragging to everybody how good of a man you got, how good of a woman you got, and they really not. Like, they're not on your side. They out here entertaining somebody else, but you're pumping them up and you just making them look like they the best thing. They're finer than wine. Meanwhile, he out here and he really for the streets, or she really for the streets. So I think, especially at this point, this day and age, it's just like, for me, when I hear cheating, and maybe I shouldn't look at it like this, but listen, I don't put anything past anybody anymore. It's just like, I feel like I've become immune to cheating. It's just like, okay, really? All right, so we here. So we're here. Why cheat? That be my whole question. Like, why cheat? I am not holding you hostage. If you not happy here, go find your forever home. Like, you're never going to be held hostage when you're over here. Go find your forever home. If you're not happy, listen, do you go find who or what's going to make you happy. But don't sit up here and be smiling in my face, and you really doing all of this other stuff behind my back. You really got a whole other relationship, or 2 or 3 other relationships behind my back, again, making me look stupid. That's the part that makes me mad. So I'm sure that's just little old me. So I'm sure when she found out that her dude is for the entire streets, that she should have left him back 10 years ago, now that she finds that out, I'm sure she feeling some type of way. I'm sure she is. But my thing is, were there signs? And again, why did you cheat? Like, here's the thing. Like, I need a conversation when I calm down. We can't talk about it immediately, because I'm not gonna lie. Listen, the rational thinking don't always be there when, stuff like this immediately happens. But at some point, I want to have a conversation. So I want to figure out what happened. Did you cheat because you were unhappy? Or did you cheat because you are for the entire streets? Which one is it? Did you cheat as a result of the way I was making you feel, or you felt like you were missing something? See, and I know a lot of y'all may think, you know what, Jay, it ain't no excuse for cheating. And you're right, there isn't. But don't you want to know what went wrong? If it's something that you contributed to, wouldn't you like to know that? So going forward, you don't do the same thing. See, I look at it, I want to know for learning purposes so that I can go on and be happy. That's what I want to know for. I want to know for that reason. I'm not trying to get into the details of, oh, well, did she make you happy? Did she? I don't care about any of that. I just want to find my part in it. What part did I play in this, so that I can fix it, so the next dude will have his forever home. But again, if you for the entire streets and you just saw something else that caught your eye, I can respect that. I may not like it, but I can respect that. But at least if it's something that I've done, then I would appreciate a heads up. Again, it's not for you, it's for me. I want a heads up so that I can know, listen, if you felt like, listen, I didn't listen to you. You didn't have a friend in me, whatever it is that you felt like you were, listen, please don't say, and I'm not victim blaming. I'm not condoning this, where the conversation and where I'm coming from. This only for the people that get it. This only for the people that know that no person is perfect. This is for the people that knows that no relationship is perfect. And I need to find out if I played a part, if I contributed. Not say, again, I'm not condoning it, but I need to figure out what caused you to stray. Now, again, some of them are just for the streets. Some of them chase any and everything, and that's just in them. So, listen, there's nothing to talk about in that case. But you know the person that you with. You know if he was for the streets, and you know that if you got him because you was cheating, y'all was creeping, then that's kind of karma coming back around. You kind of know what they're capable of. So it's like you shouldn't be surprised that they're cheating if you cheated to get them. Oh, well, she wasn't doing her job. Well, now you got caught not doing your job, and now here he is, and he's back out there, or she's back out there. He, oh boy, wasn't putting it down. He wasn't slinging that wood like I'm doing it. Okay, so now she done found somebody else to slang wood better than you was slanging it. So now here we are again. But those are things for me I want to know, because my goal is to always be better, to be hopefully one day to be a great spouse. So in dating, again, everybody ain't gonna be on board, and this ain't gonna work. It's not gonna happen in all situations, because again, sometimes people can hurt you so that you don't want to hear what they gotta say. You don't care about what the reason. You don't care about what the reason was. It's just like you just want them out of your face. You just want the whole situation to be over and done with. But for those that look forward to moving forward, that look forward to being in place mentally and emotionally, and just trying to do better and give the next person that you're involved with your all, sometimes it's okay to sit back and listen to some feedback. Again, what made you stray? What where did we go wrong? Like, what happened? And again, fellas, if a woman comes to you with that, don't necessarily think that she's trying to hold on to you. Don't think that. Please don't, because a lot of times once you have put us through so much, we over with it. Like, if she ain't crying, if she ain't, oh my God, I can't believe it. If she's not like that, like, chances are, if she's able to come to you in a calm, cool, and collected manner, she been done with you a long time ago. Like, her heart has been gone, her mind has been gone, her body has been gone. Like, the vibe has totally changed. So it's just like you've done all you can do. She's cried all that she's gonna cry. She's cared all she's gonna care. Now she's just at the point where, listen, what happened between us, so that I can, if it was some part that I played in this, I can move forward and I can move better going forward. But please don't flatter yourself and don't think that, oh, she just don't want to let me go. She just can't let go. No, she's been let go. You just now catching it because you was somewhere else. It's you, somebody else had your attention, so you didn't even see that she was already gone. So now y'all both just going through the motions. But while you were out there, got your head up somebody else's behind, she was already gone. So now she just wants to know what went wrong, if anything, on her behalf, so that she can move forward. So in this Nia Long situation, it's just like, it's hurtful to be cheated on, especially in the public eye. So everybody is scrutinizing your relationship, scrutinizing the marriage, scrutinizing everything, everything. But I will say is, once you get over the initial shock, and maybe you're not shocked, maybe you already knew that he was for the streets, but what I would say is just take a minute and just kind of figure out and try to have a conversation with him when you're able to, when you're emotionally able to have a conversation with him, and kind of find out, listen, what did I do? Did I play a role? Did I push you away? Was I too this, or was I not enough that? And when I say too much this, listen, sometimes, especially with her being in a position in the industry and the power that she has, sometimes it's hard to turn that off. Not saying that that's a reason to cheat, but I'm just saying sometimes it's hard to turn certain things off personality wise. So it's just like you got to be open to some feedback if you are looking to be in a healthy, strong, long lasting marriage and relationship. We got to be open to the feedback. But again, there's always that chance, that window, that chance right here. And this is a big chance. This is a big piece of he could just be for the entire streets. So if he's for the entire streets, there's no excuse, there's no explanation. Just put him out there, just open the can, open the top on the canister, place him in the streets, close the door, and move on with your life. Because this is what he does. Or this is what she does. If she's for the entire streets, listen, there's no rhyme or no reason. They're just for the streets, and you got to put them back where they belong. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have so many more hot topics to get into. We have a great show lined up for you tonight. We have great special guests tonight, all coming up. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
Congo gal, come on for you. Me love you for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Me do what jam me for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Me love you for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Hey, let me tell you now, how the Congo gal, I'm off right through. Wind up every tune, dancing in my blood, dancing in my blood. In the African way, that's so much I could share. Congo gal, come on for you. Me love you for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Me do what jam me for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Me love you for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Hey, spirit out on the run. Can't talk what you don't know. Don't jump in me so. Now see what me go do. Warrior to me heart, vibrate like a jump from start. Holy Congo no ma, the energy drink like a work of art. Congo gal, come on for you. Me love you for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Me do what jam me for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Me love you for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Hey, ina go down low, low. Ina go down low. Salt water give me some. Ina go down low. Ina go down. Ina go down low. Congo gal, come on for you. Me love you for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Me do what jam me for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Me love you for true. Congo gal, come on for you. Hey.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, that was Gabrielle Palandi, Congo gal, all the way from Trinidad. She's definitely a good friend of the J Spot, so definitely go to her page. We'll have her link posted in the comments. That was Gabrielle Palandi with Congo gal, all the way from Trinidad. Guys, want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also go right around the corner, right to YouTube. Like and subscribe to our channel, the J Spot Radio, and that's Jaye. Guys, want to thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jaye, Grown and Sexy Conversations with the J Spot. Thank you, the J Spot. Thank you, the real MVPs, 30 and up doing us, Tyson Smith, who has 180 Real Talk Chicago, Marshall Commando, C4L, Everybody that participates with us, that supports us, that rocks out with us, guys, we really appreciate you all. Listen, if you have a business or service that you're interested in promoting or advertising with the J Spot or in the J Spot Airbnb, do me a favor, send us an email at jspot.inc@gmail.com and we can handle those requests with you from there. Again, that's jspot.inc@gmail.com and put in the subject advertising or promo so that we can definitely make sure we have somebody to get back to you as soon as possible. Guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Listen, you all. The next hot topic. Now, see, I'm going to be honest with y'all. This one rubbed me the wrong way. Why is it every time we have to have this, we have to keep hashing this conversation out. We have to keep hashing it out. The guy says that any woman that goes out to eat with a man just for a meal is a bum. Y'all heard me. He said that any woman that goes out on a date with a man just for a meal is a bum. What do you all think about that? When I read that, I'm just like, okay, what else? What is she supposed to do? Like, if you're going out, you're inviting her to a restaurant, what is she supposed to do at the restaurant? I'm curious to know. Is she supposed to stare out the window? Is she supposed to twiddle her thumbs? What exactly is she supposed to do if you are taking her out to dinner? Is she not supposed to go to eat? Or are you saying that if she knows that she's not interested in him, then why go out with him? Is that maybe that's what he said? But my thing is, if you invited her out on a date, that's what it's for. My thing is, why is she a bum? Is she a bum because you were expecting something at the end of the said date and you didn't get it? So now that makes her a bum because she went out on a date that you invited her on. You invited her on a date, but now she's a bum because she accepts your invitation, but after dinner, she goes her way and you go your way. Now you sitting up here looking stupid. So now she's a bum because I'm sure the only reason why she's a bum is because she didn't break off them draws. I'm sure that's the only reason why she a bum. Because if she had a broke off the draws, if she had did the horizontal mambo, if she had let you do the nasty to her, if she had let you juice to her, then she wouldn't be a bum. So please let the church say amen. If I'm lying, please tell me that I'm lying, because that's the only thing that I can think of. Because if you invited her out to dinner, what is she supposed to do at the dinner that you invited her on? What is she supposed to do? Sit there and look at you? See, you feel stupid because you thought that you was going to go and you was going to, get a $50 holla, and then you was going to get you some little nook for $50. So now you mad. Now you big mad, and she got to be a bum because you didn't get none. I'm sorry, sir. Keep your money. Let me tell you something. Please and I'm going to say this with love. We don't need you to take us out for no meal. I keep telling you. Look, I'm going to tell you this. Look at these thighs. Don't nobody need y'all to take them out for no meal. Look at these thighs. Look at these thighs. Do these thighs look like I need to sit up there and sit and go out with you for a meal? Do it look like these thighs are missing a meal? Look at them thighs. Before you go making crazy statements like that, get how she built. If she built, she don't need your money. Okay? She don't need your money. She eating, and she eating good. So whether you take her out or not doesn't really matter. Listen, you could be holding up her rotation. So you want to call her a bum because you invited her out to dinner and she accepted the invitation. but you ain't getting none at the end of the night. So now she a bum. No, sir, you a bum. You a bum that's sitting up here thinking that everybody that you take out for a meal. So is that how you vet them in? Is that how you get them? You take them out. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead on take old girl out. You done cleaned up the house. You done made sure you done shaved. You made sure you put on some clean drawers today because you just know. You know that after you come from this restaurant, you know you fixing to get you some. So then when you get disappointed, now she got to be a bum. No, sir, you a bum. You need to raise your vibration. You need to raise your standards because clearly you got the game messed up. Again, look at how they shaped. If they thick in the thighs, listen, they eating with or without you. You think you telling her, oh, well, I ain't gonna take her out. I ain't gonna be sitting up here. I want to speak on behalf of most women that got themselves together. We don't care about your money. We don't care about you trying to take us out to eat. We got ish to do. We got our own money. We got ish to do. So we're not worried about we're not sitting up there calculating, oh, man, let me see. Oh, okay, I'm going to get Derek to take me here. I'm going to get Steve to take me. We don't care like that. We really don't. Women that got themselves together, that got ish to do, you wasting our time. We out here grinding and raising kids and hustling, working jobs and building. We don't care about that. But see, when you talk like that, now that's that's what's wrong with you. Always acting like y'all don't need a man. We don't need men that complain about simple stuff like this. We don't. I promise you we don't. We don't need a dude that's crying about paying for a meal. That was the purpose of you inviting her out. If your meal came with a condition, then state that ish in the front and then you up front. So then you won't be sitting up here feeling stupid at the end of the date when you find out that you're not getting none. State that. Now listen, I'm going to take you out. But here's the deal. At the end of this meal, it's going to cost you. Now, I'm going to tell you listen, you got some choices in this. You can give me some sloppy toppy or you can drop the draws. Listen, depending upon how much I spend, I may need both of them, okay? But I'm going to get something. You're going to owe me something. Start saying that ish up front. See how fast and how drastically your number of dates and the amount of times that you're spending on meals, see how that drastically reduces. See, so this is the thing. You're playing yourself. So that's why you feel like she a bum, because you didn't get what you expected. You didn't get what you were planning out in the background. You didn't get that. So now that's why you feel stupid. That's why you feel like she's a bum. But I promise you, put intention with the invitation and watch you see the amount of accepted invitations go down. Watch and see. So stop playing yourself, bro. If you feel like that, if you feel like women that are going out with you or going out with men just to eat, just to have a meal or whatnot, if you all feel that way, start stating your intentions with the invitation. Start putting that ish out there. Listen, we grown, right? So why not put it out there? Why not state it? So you won't have to come back and make busted dude remarks like that. So you don't have to sit up here and make, crazy statements. Oh, women that take them to go out. No, men that take women on dates without stating their intentions, that they want to have sex, that they want some draws, that they want to do the horizontal mambo, they're busted. That's that. So would that be a fair statement? But see, that'll be a blanketed statement. So it's like, I don't feel like that, because here's the deal. You have the option. You invited her. So you saw something in her. So if she's a bum, what does that make you? What does that make you? A bum chaser? If she a bum, why are you chasing her? Why are you chasing her? Why are you trying to get with her if she's a bum? So you, sir, you need to raise your level of vibrations so that you can stop feeling like that. And again, if you don't have it, then stop taking these women out. Focus on your hustle. Get your money together, stack your coins, and then take somebody out that you feel would be worth it. Take somebody out that you feel is not a bum because she's accepting your invitation to go out for a meal, but she's not willing to have sex with you. So you raise your level, you rise up to the occasion and stop putting that ish out there. Again, I just want to speak well, I'm just gonna talk for myself. I don't need your money. I don't want your meal. I don't care about your meal. As I said before, I'm a pretty well, Eda told me stop saying I'm a cheap date because she's like, oh, I don't eat, because I say I don't eat steak and all that red meat and all that other ish, but I will put away some seafood. So that, you got me on that. But I'm like, I don't drink, I don't do all of that. And before I waste my time and your time, I'll go eat by myself. I will. Now, there are some women that do come up on dates, on meals and stuff like that. But here's the thing, they already know what you want. So it's like when you get in a situation like that, you guys have played yourselves because you know the vibe that you kicking off and she know the vibe. So y'all both putting out that bullish. You putting out that bull like you ready, you finna get you some, and she putting out that bull like she gonna give you some just to get a meal. And at the end of the night, somebody gonna be looking crazy because they didn't research that person well enough and long enough. So it's just like, listen, put it out there. It's 2022. People going for everything. I almost in 2022, there's no reason to lie. You don't even have a reason to lie to people today because a lot of people are down for anything. Anything. You don't even have to lie. You don't even, yeah, I got a girl. Okay. Because I know you're going to run into a chick that think that she can do it better than your girl. You ain't even got to lie. You ain't even got to lie these days in 2022 to get what you want. So here's the deal. Stop playing victim. Stop playing, acting like you didn't set yourself up for that if you're taking out these chicks and you know that you're expecting sex in return for a meal, but now you got rocks in your jaws because she didn't have sex with you. Now you sit up here, now you looking crazy because she done got full off that steak and that shrimp and stuff, and now she done Ubered home. She done ride shared back home. Now you looking crazy. You like, I know this didn't just sit up here and eat all this food, and now she talking about she going home, she tired, she got to work in the morning. Oh no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Come back here. You owe me something and I expect payment. One way or the other, you going to pay me what you owe me. So guys, listen, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have a guest here in the studio, you all. He is Chicago's first Black Santa. We have Drezy Claus in the building. We will be talking to him right after this break. So do me a favor, please stay tuned. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time, on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeartStation. I'm your host, Jaye. And sitting next to me, you all, we have a special guest in studio. We have Andre Russell, aka Drezy Claus, the first Black Santa in Chicago. Woo! How you doing?
I am well. I am very well. How you doing? You look great, by the way.
Thank you so much. I don't think they're going to say that because I've been talking trash before you came up in here. So, they probably like, yeah, she talked too much.
Oh, no, you cool. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed hearing what I heard. It was good.
We may have to have you to stay for the conversations for the rest of it. But do me a favor. Tell everyone a little bit about yourself and how you became Drezy Claus.
All right. Well, my government name is Andre Russell, but I go by Drezy Claus, Chicago's official Black Santa. And I've been official for a long time, but as far as being professional, definitely the last going on 4 years, actually. And I've been Santa Claus roughly for over 10 years, just as charities and stuff like that. And I had my own like nonprofit, and I was doing Santa Claus for that. And then other families and churches and organizations was like, hey, I heard you're Black Santa. You want to come do this? You want to come do that? So a few years ago, I decided let's go professional because I wanted to have a quality product. I didn't want to just be a guy in a suit. I wanted to have the families have an experience. I enjoyed Santa Claus. I enjoyed the camaraderie with the families. I enjoyed everything that was going on. And I was like, let me just see what happened. So we got together with some friends and we recreated the Santa Claus image, made it more cultural, not just a guy in a suit and a beard and a fake beard and everything like that. So we decided to just redesign the whole look. And that's where Drezy Claus came from.
So what inspired you to even go into Santa Claus? What inspired Drezy Claus? Like, what inspired that? Let me just be Santa Claus.
I've always, that's a great question. I've always been about families. I've always been about children and families for as long as I can remember. That's my job, like even now I work at a school. So I've been doing this for a really long time. It's part of my life. And even when I was younger, when I was at the church, I even dressed up as Santa Claus for them once, just because I was the guy to fit the suit. I'm an overweight guy. So fat guys wear fats,
I've seen fat.
Wear Santa suits. So that was pretty much the mentality, And then for one of my jobs, I was Santa Claus for them as well, because of course I fit the suit. But I just enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the energy. I enjoyed the fun of it, the magic of it. And it just became like part of the thing to do. And to see the smiles on not only the children's faces, but the families' faces. Nothing more positive than seeing somebody's parents just light up because their kids are happy because they see Santa Claus. And Santa Claus is Black. That's the main thing.
So what is one of the most touching things that a kid or a family has asked you for, something that's memorable that you've been asked?
Yes. So it was a COVID year, actually. It was COVID year. And, everybody was kind of like apprehensive about, Santa Claus coming to the house and everything like that, which was fair enough because it was scary for all of us. But I still wanted to do it. So I didn't have that many in-person families, but one family in particular booked me and went out there. And so was outside. I wasn't in the house. So we met outside, but he gave me a note. And dear Santa, I want a remote control car. So I just happened to have bought 2 remote control cars during the pandemic. And I had one in my car. So I was like, say less. I got you. Be right back. Went to the car, pulled it out, and it was like magic. He got what he asked for. Wasn't the same color, but he got what he asked for. Right. And he was happy. The family was ecstatic. I gave it to him on the spot. And that was just one of those memories that you just had, like, this was Santa Claus provided for you. That was one. I can tell you another one that happened last year. I went to their house and it was like, you want to play games with my son? Like, oh, sure, no problem. So I looked on the couch and it was like a game of like, it was a regular board game. So I'm like, oh, cool, let's play this. He said, no, I got something else. He goes to his room, pulls out a chessboard. And I was like, I'm not the best chess player in the world, and I don't want to get beat by this kid. So how are we going to work this out? But he didn't really know how to play either. He was just learning. So we just sat there and kind of like, not necessarily move the pieces around, but we had fun, just the atmosphere, just doing that alone. So once again, the memory is that Santa Claus came to my house to play chess. You can't beat that.
No, you can't. You can't. And with that, so being coined the first official Black Santa for Chicago, what is that like? Like, I mean, when you did the tree lighting ceremony for 2000? Was it last year?
Last year, yes, sir.
What was that experience like? And what is it like now, being the official Black Santa for Chicago?
It is still a dream and a blessing at the same time, because when I first became professional and Lori Lightfoot became mayor around the same time, I told myself, and I was like talking out loud and manifesting, like, I want to light the Christmas tree for the mayor. That was my thought and goal at the time. And of course, it was so new to me. I didn't really, think about it past that point, but it was just in the back of my head. So when they called, so when they emailed me, I really had to look at it twice. Like, is this really happening? Like, is this a dream? Like, is this really happening? So everything was such an experience. I mean, of course, I got paid for it and everything like that, and that was great as well. And just the service, the fact that out of 108 years, I'm the first Black Santa to light the Christmas tree alone. Even if I never do it again, I was the first.
Right.
And that, you can't take it from me.
That's amazing.
So it was amazing just to think about it and do it, and other people saw it, and it launched other people to come and check me out as well. And everything is like a blessing to me, because like I said, it started out real humble, thinking like, oh, I want to do this. But then it happened. And it was like a dream come true.
So do you work with any organizations that, provide these services for the kids? And if so, what are that accept donations for kids and that takes donations? And if so, how can we donate? How can the viewers and the listeners donate to these organizations?
Well, as far as organizations, they're few. I mean, they're spread out, and they have their own entities for collection and everything like that. So I gotta get a list.
Do you have a personal organization?
Right now, I know I am a board. I'm on a board member for the Healing Academy, which is a nonprofit, artistic based organization dealing with social emotional learning and education for the kids and everything like that. So that's one group. Then I'm a member of a lodge, of course, St. John Grand Lodge, but Joe's Lot number 12, and we collections as well. As a matter of fact, we'll be having we're talking about hosting an event for adopting families and giving children gifts and things like that as well. And then I just kind of put not a deal together, but there's a collaboration together with some people from Chicago Vocational High School, CVS Academy, and our alumni has gotten together, and they want to work with me to collect toys as well. So those are a few people that right now I'm partnering with. But I mean, if they go to if they email me or they go to my website, DrezyClaus.com, and they say they want to support, I can point them in the right directions for anybody.
Okay, because we'll definitely have to make sure we get that information, because it is almost that time of year. October is right there, right around the corner. So, listen, as soon as October comes, listen, we're preparing for the Christmas season. So we definitely want to be able to help be a blessing to some of these families and just kind of, help put some smiles on some kids' faces. So now listen, I see Drezy Claus brought me a gift. These are coloring books. So tell us a little bit about your coloring book, or your stories.
Yes, I have two. I have a storybook and a coloring book.
Tell us about it and how we can get these out into some hands.
So when I became professional and I was going to visit families and doing things like that, of course, storytelling is part of the culture of Christmas time, storytelling. And at the time, I could not find any Black characters at the time, or anything that wasn't like carbon copy from the white media. I wanted something more cultural and more specific. And I was like, there is no book about Black Santa. None out there. So I decided, with the help of a friend named Tanisha Naylor, to actually get together and create a book. So that's the first book right there, Drezy Claus and the Boy Who Didn't Believe. And it's basically just a story about believing in Black Santa and what it means to believe in Black Santa and what it means for the families and good little boys and girls of color. So that was the first book. The second book is basically, I wanted to do a coloring and activity book. I wanted to do something to incorporate, since I work in a school, something to incorporate literacy, something to incorporate math and critical thinking, and just a fun thing to do. So that right there is where the coloring and activity book came in.
So now how can they pick up the coloring books and
everything is definitely available on Amazon right now. You can go to Amazon and pick it up. And I'm working on actually creating more avenues for it to come more directly through me. But right now, Amazon is pretty much where they're at.
Okay, listen, do me a favor. Give everybody your handles on how they can get in contact with you, follow you, email you, book you for appearances. How can they do that?
You can go to, there are a couple of ways. You can go to www.drezyclaus.com. That's the first avenue. I also am available on Facebook as well. I have a personal page, Drezy Claus, as well as a business page, Drezy Claus Chicago's Black Santa. You can contact me on there as well. Then you have the email, which is drezyclaus@gmail.com. Everything is Drezy Claus on all avenues. I'm working on venturing into TikTok sooner or later for this holiday season, so I'm available as well on there. But Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I'm starting to experiment with as well. If you contact and reach out Drezy Claus on Google, I'm going to pop up one way or another.
Guys, we have been talking to Drezy Claus here. Again, we'll have all his handles and his information posted in our comments. Want to thank you guys so much. Listen, Drezy Claus, listen, book them now. Listen, get it. Look, y'all get a head start now.
Oh, yeah.
Listen,
I got definitely.
Go ahead.
Come in on. Yeah. So yes, because of the blessings, getting me is definitely one of those commodities. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just being for real.
And he here with me, y'all.
And I'm definitely blessed to be with Jay, but I am definitely getting. I haven't even promoted myself being open for booking, but people have been contacting me already, and December is already starting to get locked in, as well as some other times. So I'm actually dedicating some times for like the week before, the week of Christmas. I believe Christmas is like on a Sunday, so the week before I'm dedicating it to schools and daycares. So in particular, so schools and daycares, definitely hit me up for that as well. And then other events, and I'm working on a big project with a big like a Santa workshop type deal, so you can come in and come to me as opposed to me going to families and things like that, because sooner or later it will be to a point where those home visits will be, few and far. But I also have virtual visits as well, so anybody that's not in Chicago or they can't get to me via other ways, I do virtual visits as well, and that's definitely for like about 10 minute, 15-minute conversation on there as well. And I read stories, talk to the kids, and have a good time with that. And I have a couple of cute stories about that as well. But yeah, so virtual, home visits, and private events, I'm down for all of it.
Guys, Drezy Claus, definitely do me a favor. Give your handles one more time. Book them.
DrezyClaus at gmail.com, DrezyClaus.com, Facebook Drezy Claus, Instagram Drezy Claus, for now Twitter Drezy Claus. Everything is Drezy Claus on all handles. But to reach me out for business, definitely use the website, email, or my Facebook pages.
And again, guys, we'll have his information posted in the comment. Drezy Claus, Chicago's first official Black Santa. You all, we're going to take a short musical break, and when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Y'all, I'm just getting started. Y'all see I have to take a pause for the cause and just be nice. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
I would not believe if someone would have told me you would come along to revamp my soul, cause I was knowing love, my heart had grown cold. So close, you had good energy, exactly what I needed. You walked in my life and placed the joy where was needed. Not a mirage, what I feel for you. Put that on God, girl, I'm loving you. Said it's easy, it's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, it's easy to love, easy to love. Oh yeah, loving you has always been easy, cause you're beautiful. Loving you has always been wonderful, more than you'll ever know. We got good chemistry, go together like love sex. The passion and care we show one another tops all the rest. The feelings I have for you, I ain't felt in so long. What we share together, baby, the bond is so strong. It's no facade of what I feel for you. Put that on God, I got love for you. Yeah, said it's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, baby. It's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, it's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, so easy to can love you. Loving you has always been easy 'cause you're beautiful. Loving you, yeah, is what I search my life to do. Yeah.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, listen, want to thank you all for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. And while you at it, listen, go right on around the corner, right there. Y'all know where it is. Go to YouTube, like and subscribe to our channel, the J Spot Radio, and that's Jaye. Guys, tonight we're being brought to you by the J Spot Airbnb. We are a 2-bedroom luxurious condo located right next to the United Center. You all, we have the link posted in the comments. Do me a favor, go like it, share it, book it, refer it to a friend. We have had an amazing summer, you all, and we are looking forward to having an amazing fall and winter. We have a few things that will be coming up over there, so definitely make sure that you are locked and plugged into the J Spot, as well as Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay. We're also being brought to you by Delaware Inc. You all, he has his fall sweaters out. Go ahead to his page, place an order today. Listen, those hoodies are very comfortable. Listen, I should have had one on today. You know, listen, I wear them. Let me tell y'all something. I wear them on the weekend because I'll be trying not to mess up my hair. I'm already, I was struggling today. I'm just like, man, I got to hurry up and get this hair done. So, I'm holding on by my last string. So I said, if I put that hoodie on, I knew it wasn't even going to work. But I do have tons of them, and I'm just going to start rocking them. I'm start posting them up. I got my t-shirts and stuff. Listen, I told you I was ripping them up, and I did rip them up. So they were real cute and, real sexy, but I didn't take no pictures. I'm going to do better than you guys. But he has a really great brand, the quality of the hoodies, and they're really comfortable. So definitely check them out. Delaware Inc. We have his link posted in the comments as well. Also, we're being brought to you by BK the Barber. Listen, if you are in Springs, Texas, go ahead on over, check BK the Barber out. Now we know, listen, you need a lining, you need your beard touched up. BK the Barber is your man, and all other services. Those are just the only two that I can think of that y'all men be going up in there doing. Some of y'all get that spray up in there, but I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel about that on another day. I don't, I'm not really with all of that black spray that they listen. When he's calling for the hairline, just let it go. I'm just gonna just let him use you. See, like Drezy Claus, he just done it. Listen, don't we not finna. Now I know, fellas, some of y'all gonna be saying, oh, you can sit up there and say that, but women, y'all wear all that weed. Yeah, because they got a line out for it. They got the stuff for us. It's fixed all up. But when nature calls for, and fellas, I'm sorry that, it's not anything out there to, just really help it yet. But y'all coming, listen, technology is going a mighty long way. So it'll be there. But in the meantime, check out my boy BK the Barber in Spring, Texas, and we'll have his link also posted in the comments. Guys, use reference code J, and that's JAYE. Guys, listen. Okay, here we go. Ladies, how do y'all shoot y'all shot? You out and you see a guy and you interested. How do y'all shoot y'all shot? Fellas, how do you prefer? Do you prefer women to shoot their shots, or do you want them to just sit in the sideline? Now, I'm going to go by your government name because I don't want, the folks to be thinking that I'm getting fresh with Santa. So, Andre, also known as Drezy Claus, and we'll have his information posted in our comments. Definitely go check Drezy Claus out, Chicago's first official Black Santa. Check him out. But right now, I'm talking to the Andre part of Drezy Claus. So, how do you prefer a woman to shoot their shot? Do you prefer, or do you not prefer her to shoot a shot?
For me, it'll be nice to shoot because I'm oblivious to a lot of different things because I don't want to always fall into the trap of, yeah, she checking me out when it's really just probably you just thinking she checking you out because she look good and you hope she checking you out. So with that being said, I mean, sometimes the sister gives you like a look or a certain conversation that lets you know that you have her attention. And if you're hip to that, and if you have that spark to go for it, you can go for it. But if she says, I mean, it's really weird because to say that they feeling you, that's one thing, but to actually ask you for a number and stuff like that, I still feel somehow like that's like a man's job, so to speak, to ask for that. You don't let a woman ask you for your number. It feels weird, it takes away from that magic, I think, for me as a male. It don't mean that she can not flirt and do all that stuff, but for me to seal it, I have to like, can I get your information? Can we trade whatever contact, go from there? Or can I hit you up in the inbox? Something where I'm asking instead of just pushing myself in, especially if I don't know them. It's one thing to meet somebody in the street because it's two different ways to talk now. It's the internet and it's real world. And real world sometimes get confused because some people don't know how to use their manners and the mannerisms. They kind of just be savage with it. And that might be a turnoff, depending on who you're talking to.
So now let me ask you this. So by being Santa, is that a help for you to pick up women, or does that kind of deter how does that, I just thought about that. Like, how would that, you're like, yeah, come on over here, girl. You go ahead on them.
It's funny because I've had people say some things, but I don't take it seriously because I just don't. I just try not to because I don't want to have a big head about it because it could be something they could be talking about but not really doing. A lot of people talk but don't put action in it. So I don't feed into all of that because they have you having a big head and, nah. However, the person who I am seeing, I did meet them at Santa Claus.
Did you?
I will say that on public record. I did meet them at Santa Claus, and it was a funny experience. It was just a click, but I was in Santa Claus mode, and of course, you don't want to be like eyeing them and everything, but
right, being a dirty old Santa. Yeah, like look at that Santa, dirty old Santa.
You don't want to be bad Santa. You don't want to be bad Santa, but it clicked, and then we met in that mode, and then we talked offline, of course, and that's how we connected. But that's how it goes. But it's really easy because they can't, because they be like, hey, I'm telling myself, yeah, they say things like, hey Santa, what's the word, zaddy or whatever. They say stuff like that.
Hey,
and
zaddy.
Yeah, they say stuff like that, and they flirt because, of course, the look and everything and stuff. So I take it all in. I'm very happy and humble about it, but I don't want to be like Shay, don't love me, it's just weird for me. It's flattering, but I'm not taking it to the head.
Now, have you had somebody that you be like, now, Lord, please, I know she not gonna come and try to sit on I know, either a little kid or an adult. You like, now I know they not gonna come over here with that bull. I'll say it for you. It's gonna listen. Now listen, if you know that you got listen. Look, Drezy Claus is a human. Okay, don't come putting all that on him. Look, no, we're not gonna do that. Okay, if you know you struggle to get in the pants, do not go trying to put all that. He didn't say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be your mouthpiece right there for you. Hey, look, Billy. See all them cookies and stuff that you done had all up. No. Ethel, he's not gonna be able to sit this year. Have him to run across the track a couple of times. Maybe next year, maybe he'll be able to do it. But right now, this man has a business to run. And he had other places to go, and we cannot have his knee go out because you want to sit your behind. And no, we're not going to do it. So that comes from me. I'm going to be turning y'all away for Drezy Claus because I know he going to be nice. He going to just accommodate him. I'm like, wait a minute. This little girl done peed on herself. She look like she done peed on herself. They're going to come try to sit on. No, we not doing that.
No, we don't do that. Big kids, depending on the size and the height, you can pretty much know that, you're at a point now where you don't have to sit on nobody's lap. Plus, being mindful of being a male, a black man and everything like that. You would be mindful about certain touches and everything like that. So I'm more on the side. You can sit on my side. You can stand right there, do stuff like that. It's the adults that go for your lap more than anything else. Kids nowadays, they kind of like, okay, and I can maneuver them just for the safety measure, out of respect for the families and everything else. You're not eager to put everybody on your lap. We just Santa laws. There's Santa laws about this stuff. You just want to make sure you're mindful. So, but adults, they go for your leg real quick. And
now listen, he already got his Santa. He already got his Mrs. Santa. So listen, y'all don't be coming up there trying to have the bad boys, have them out. Ooh, I got the good bra on today. Baby, mama finna go. Listen, mama finna go bring Santa home. No, Santa going home with his Mrs. Claus, so y'all can save all that ho ish. Okay, he already told y'all. He said it nice, but I'm gonna say it a little bit more clearer so that everybody can understand. Listen. Okay, it's not that. Don't become trying to put your jingle bells over Santa's head and all this other. We're not gonna be doing all that. But guys, y'all know my ADHD kick in sometime. But shooting your shot. Now listen, when I saw this, I'm just like, okay, shoot my shot. Would I shoot my shot? How do I shoot my shot? I don't have a shot to shoot. I don't shoot shots at all. I just don't, because what I do is what you said. I'll flirt now. I'm a flirt. I'll flirt. But my thing is, if you don't pick up on the flirting, then I'm not the one for you. I'm like, you're not interested. If you don't take up, if you don't go and say, okay, you know what? She opened the door. Let me go in for it. Then I'm not the one for you. Like, you're not interested, and I'm okay. But as far as me, so what's your number or I'm not doing all that. I'm just not. Call me old fashioned. Some people have said, oh, you gonna miss out on your blessing. How am I gonna miss out on my blessing if we were there in front of each other and you didn't say anything to me? How am I missing out on my blessing? You missing out on we're not each other's blessings. Because if we was, then the opportunity presented itself and you, as the leader, didn't take advantage of it. Because here's how this will go. Am I afraid to approach guys? No, I'm not. But to piggyback off what Andre said, if I get your number, you gonna have my baby. You gonna be my baby mama. You're gonna do so. And I don't, out of respect because I have the utmost respect. So I try to stay in my lane, because I know if you give me the rein, I'm gonna ride that reindeer, and I'm gonna be the head reindeer, and now he's gonna be behind. And I don't wish to be in a situation, but I will. I know what I'm capable of. So I say, you know what? Let me just go ahead on and just, be nice and humble, and just stay right here, and just, they may think it's timid or whatever, but see, I know what I'm capable of. So that's why I stay on right here, because if I'm put in position where I have to pursue you,
that takes away from the benefit of being I hate to sound, I don't want to sound toxic or like a male, but as a male, to pursue is part of the whole chase, because you don't want to be chased per se, because that's like weird.
But have you heard these dudes?
And that's the thing. But that's the thing. I don't get down with that. So if you like me, and we're talking, I should be able to get that from the conversation, from the way you look, from the way you give me attention, from the way that you're wanting me to like engage more, not just like high and by situation, but we are invested in whatever moment that we have. And that, like you said, if I take advantage and say, you know what, can I get your number? Can we talk later? Can we do this? That's where it's at. And then from there, it's whatever it is from there. But it's something that I have to, because I don't want to push myself upon you. Like, you're going to get this number. You're going to do this. No, I want to ask. And if you accept, that's the role. If you offer it, yeah, I might take it, but it's still the benefit of me feeling like I have control of the situation of just being a male and just doing it properly. Traditionally, as they say, that's old school.
Andre,
I'm from the old school where we used to go out. Remember, well, you're not a guy, but brothers listening, if you went out to a party or whatever, the whole like washing the wood, getting numbers was like the thing. If you go out there and get numbers and you're happy you got numbers, if I go out and I meet you and then I get your number, to me, I won. No matter what happens after that, I got your number. I did it. Because if I didn't get your number, I missed my blessing. I missed my shot. I missed my opportunity. I might not see you again. Then it's on to the next one.
Andre, these guys out here, they crying and complaining about getting phone numbers. They crying. Listen, I'm telling y'all, I already know. I'm sending out Victoria's Secret gift cards to these dudes because that's just how bad that they don't want to get your phone number. They don't want to take you out on a date. All they want to do is screw, and they want to screw for free. You don't even want to put you don't even want to know Sheila's real name. Like, damn, you just go take her to a cheap steakhouse. Now, come on, you owe me something, dude. This is I'm telling you, this is what they doing. They crying over, well, I want to be treated. I want to be treated too. This is the initial dating phase. You're not even in a relationship. You haven't even gotten to the point where she can reciprocate those things to you. Absolutely. This is the initial phase. You want her to come and bring you flowers. I'm going to bring you flowers. I'm going to bring you perfume. I'm going to bring you all kinds of sweet stuff. So, because you want to feel like a delicate flower, I'm going to treat you like a delicate flower. But that's just what's up. Now, I know you see some of them. They out here. I ain't making it up.
No, you're right. I've seen it, but I don't rock in that lane. That's something that I would never do. Even if I'm dating and she says, I'll take you out, I'm still getting used to that. And I say getting used to it because, of course, if we're together and you feel like you want to do something nice with me, that's nice, but it's not something that I expect. It's a treat. I appreciate your treat. I appreciate you caring for me to do that. I'm not looking for that. Like, you have to do this. Back in the day, that was probably the mentality of reciprocation. I want somebody to do this with me. But it's like, nah, what have you done to deserve that, per se? You have to earn it, you know? And if I'm taking you out and one day you say, you know what, Dre, let me take you out. Cool. Now I'm at a point to accept it being cool, but it's not something that I'm like asking for. I don't ask to be taken out. I don't ask to be catered to or nothing like that. You do what you want to do because you feel like it. Hopefully it's because of how I treat you. Hopefully it's because of how I make you feel and you feel the way to give back. But it's not nothing that I should expect, because if you do that, then you might as well, you know, like you said, reverse the roles in a relationship and just do whatever, because you allowing somebody else do stuff for you when you should be doing something for somebody else.
And that makes so much sense. And that's all I be trying to say is, like, you know, and I'm glad that it came from a man's mouth and it's a man's perspective, that listen, y'all changing the whole narrative, and it's making people like, I'm like, when I read like with the hot topic, the first hot topic or so, when we were talking about the guy, he's saying that women that go out to eat with men just for a meal, they're bums. Why you invite her out? Like, I don't understand what made her a bum because she accepted your invitation, but she didn't sleep with you in return. It's only fair to assume that that's why she's a bum, because she didn't sleep with you. But why did you ask her out? Like, is that your tactic? So we definitely have to get better. But fellas, if you want a lady to shoot her shot. I mean, listen, whatever floats your boat. As for me, I'm not shooting my shot. I'm going to put myself in position to be noticed. I'm a flirt. But if you don't take advantage of it, or if you're not receptive to it, I'm okay with that. Like, it's no harm, no foul. My feelings are not hurt. Like, oh, well, you know, he didn't like the fact that I was flirting with him. Okay, you didn't. Okay. I'm not your cup of coffee. As much cream and all this crap everybody don't drink it like that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not being everybody else's cup of tea and cup of coffee. Y'all gotta be okay with that. It's like a lot of men today are starting to say, well, I don't want to be rejected. It's a part of life. If you never hear a no, how are you going to ever hear a yes? Absolutely. And this is good grown and seasoned men. Absolutely. I'm tired of being. Well, go sit down and play with you a baby doll in the easy bake oven. This is make room for the real grown men to be over here. I'm tired of. No. But again, like if you're in a restaurant setting and you want to pick up a lady and she's with her friends, we're going to talk about that when we come back. How do you do that? What advice would you give a man? Listen, because women, we are always out on our girls' night out and we just out kicking it with our girls. But you walk in the restaurant and you see a young lady and she's with her friends. How do you get her attention when she's with her friends without feeling out of place? Guys, we're going to talk about that when we come back. We're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, how do you, as a man, pull a woman to the side where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jaye, and sitting next to me, we have my co-host, the lovely Lady Lotus, esthetician, got it, Chandler.
Yes.
Mother to a toddler. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lady Lotus, how you doing today?
I just want you to know that you making your boys mad because you keep saying mother of a toddler like them boys don't exist.
Oh, listen, the crew. Now, y'all know I love y'all.
Okay.
Auntie, just listen, okay? We go wait and look.
Now, way
back. Listen, now, y'all, listen, you ain't got to tell your mama. You can message me directly. Y'all want to talk to me?
Like,
I miss y'all, though. No, y'all all grown men, but you know what? Y'all message me or text me or whatever, I'm going to say y'all name. And I ain't going to do nothing until y'all get in contact with me. But the boys, y'all, the young men,
yes,
nice looking. Listen, Neffy, now look,
girl,
don't y'all be doing me like that.
Fine kids,
Neffy, all of y'all, don't do me like that now, y'all. We done been through. Listen, I done known y'all before I had stretch marks, so y'all don't even do me like that. Especially Larry. Now you know, I know him before I had breasts.
Girl,
you know, remember?
Slim chest Mike.
But guys, listen, sitting next to Lady Lotus, we have our amazing guest for tonight, Drezy Claus. He's Chicago's first Black Santa. He is hanging out with us on tonight. I thought I had scared him away when he was talking when he first came in.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? He want to stay with us? I'm like, woo!
I'm glad you're still here.
Hello, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining us. Do me a favor, give everybody a little snippet of who you are and how they can get in contact with you.
All right, Drezy Claus, Chicago's official Black Santa. You can go to www.drezyclaus.com. You can go through all social media avenues with Drezy Claus on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Not exactly on TikTok yet, but you can find me sooner or later on there. I also have children books for sale. You can go on Amazon. Please get them. The sooner the better. They come quick, especially on Amazon Prime. If you order it today, it'll get here by Friday or Saturday. Don't be Saturday. No. And it's pretty good stuff. And I got Christmas on my website. I got Christmas cards. I do visits. I do a lot of different things.
So definitely check him out. Drezy Claus, Chicago's first Black Santa, and we'll have his information in our comment section, guys. Again, we want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Listen, before the break, we were talking about, so now with women shooting their shot and things of that nature. First of all, how do you feel about a woman shooting her shot?
I ain't shooting no shoot. I ain't shooting shoot. Shoot nothing. I am going to, as a lady, I'm a Southern City belle. I will show my interest. I don't even know if I know how to flirt, but I will show my interest. There are things that we're taught, when a woman is interested in you, her body angles toward you. It's the flutter in her eyes. It's all those things. You gonna know if you don't pick up on it. That's your problem.
Your fault. So before the break, we asked, so fellas, if you see a young lady out, she's out, we out. Listen, we do a lot of our girls' nights because just how we had the hot topic that these dudes, y'all always complaining about taking somebody. She just came with me. She's a bum. As you can see, all of the girls' nights that are being planned as we speak has nothing to do with what's in your pocket. We gonna get out and we gonna kick it with or without you. So we just need you all to understand that. But you're out and you see a young lady and she's out with all of her friends for ladies' night. How do you interrupt that groove as a man and get the attention of the young lady that you would like to talk to later on. How do you guys do that? What do you ladies, how would you suggest a man do that? Especially when you're with your friends and you know how some of your friends may be. You may have that extra friend. You may have that, how would you suggest the men do that? But Dre, I want to start with you. How would you do that? How would you handle a situation like that?
Strategically. Very strategically, you have to see what's going on with, like you said, their party and everything like that. See what's going on, and I'm not gonna lie to you. The first thing I would probably do is some sort of icebreaker, whether it be conversation, situation where you're being observant and you hear what's going on and you can chime in and interject yourself skillfully into the conversation or situation, depending on what's going on. And of course, you can offer to buy a drink or a refreshment based on what's going on. You don't push it on them. You just like, do you mind if I, get you another one or whatever you got? Not what I want you to get, but whatever you got. And just be very attentive. It all depends on the situation. If they're all out, and once again, it's all about your connection. Whatever you do to get their attention, it's an icebreaker. If you get their attention, get their contact, you go from there. And you don't push up on it. I don't like being aggressive. I just like being strategic, just being myself and see how it goes.
So what if she's sitting at a table? So like they're all at a table and they're laughing and they're talking and having a good time, and you walking past and you see her. Do you still just go up?
You introduce yourself to everybody. Mm-hmm. Say, hello, my name is Dre. And then you pretty much go to the person that you identify and say, hey, do you mind if I buy you a drink? Or I'll ask them, do you mind, ladies, if I buy your friend a drink? Because she called my attention and I just had to get her a drink. And you can say yeah or nay, but at least I shot my shot. And that's how it goes. You just being humble and having fun with it. If they and it's an icebreaker. Once again, you're breaking the ice. And if they say yeah or nay or whatever, or quiz you or mess with you, it's all part of the game. So you just go with it, have fun with it, and hopefully you get the drink and the number and go from there. But at least you don't do nothing like predatory.
Drezy Claus, we don't need you to give us some dating books because you just laid it out and I'm happy already.
Exactly.
It's just that simple.
That's simple. Because it's just like, fellas, I want you all also in the comments, let us know what your approach is, or will you just bypass that situation because it is a group of them and potentially miss out on somebody that you could have some very good times with. So what I like to say also is, like, in a situation like that, just like Dre was saying, you go up to the table to the young lady or whatnot. And here's another method. I feel like this will put everybody's defenses down. Okay, say for instance, people don't have, some man, he may not have that confidence to just walk up to the table empty-handed, and approach the ladies. But you can send a nice, listen, wingdings win us over all the time. We're not
French fries.
Something.
A
little appetizer wins the whole table over. So when the waiter comes, listen, it costs you nothing to send a little appetizer. And they're like, we ain't ordered this. Where this come from? It came from the gentleman right here. Or, hey, I'm such and such. Listen, I just wanted to, give you guys something. But, and then put your attention to the young lady that you were. Then you move on.
You move on.
Then I wanted to let you know you were beautiful. You caught my attention because it's something that caught your attention.
I did my job.
So you want?
I did my job.
So you want your appetizer back? He said the producer said he want his appetizer back.
We all gonna eat that appetizer.
And then take it and be like, take your wing and walk off. That would be so hilarious.
Be like,
appetizer back.
Like, you married?
Well,
charge their table. Don't put this on my
I would
should have been looking for the ring in the first place.
That was so funny. I would love to see that.
His appetizer
and do something like that. Well, excuse me, I'll take my little chicken wing. Can I get 2 of them wings in off you? That'd be hilarious.
You belong in the Creek Squad.
They out here like that, but I'm like, it costs you nothing. But as far as, like I said, being a woman, if you're a woman that shoots your shot, listen, I'm not mad at you for shooting your shot, but I'm not shooting my shot because, again, I don't have the personality for that, because once I mix it around, like,
We would be. Could you imagine? Hey, hey, baby.
See,
I would say the stupidest,
it was so weird to me.
corniest
I'm gonna say the
things trying to
same thing
walk
that
up
they
to.
tell me.
I feel like, okay, this is just how I feel. Even standing out there listening to the conversation. If I see a dude and I want to approach him, it's probably just off of some sexual stuff anyway.
Right.
You know, if a woman, a Southern belle, a city Southern belle, I don't know.
Like, I mean,
I will tell a man you handsome, you cute,
Right.
and things like that. But that's me. You know, I like to compliment.
and I
people.
overdo it too. That's mine go right into flirt. Now I know I can be a big flirt. Like it just goes, Lord, I'm gonna tell you, don't let them smell good too. I'd be like, oh my, and you know, I'm loud and dramatic anyway. So I'm just like, everything is gonna be over the top. And not that I mean to, but it's just I know who I am. So because I've done it before, I'd be like, oh my, I say,
what is that?
I'm like, oh my God, you smell. Can you just give me the biggest hug? Now listen, it could be Jeffrey Lord, please don't let me meet Jeffrey. Because you know, that's just, I'm like, oh, can you just give me a hug? You smell so good, you know, and that's my experience. So we go laughing and and if that interaction doesn't open up the door for you to ask me for my number, then I've done my part. Like I've made the introduction. I broke the ice.
But in some of that, it doesn't always mean I want your number and I like you.
If I'm hugging you, I want your number. I want you to want my number.
I want you to
just because I like your voice and you smell good. I like your voice and you smell good and you made me feel good today. You put a smile on my face. Your job is done. Let's go.
9 times out of 10, if I say something, then I want your attention. If I don't say nothing, then I'm just going to admire in silence. But if I want your attention, then I'm gonna say something.
Those
and
experiences have always gone wrong for me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, I'm going to get your attention. And like I say, I'm not like, my feelings are not hurt. Like, oh well, he didn't ask me for my number.
So
okay.
So I've heard the bad. Okay, so when have you been approached by a man in a group setting or even alone, and he said something to you that you really, really liked, or you enjoyed, or you was like, here, just take all my money, just take everything? So
here's the thing. It's always inappropriate things kind of tend to happen to me because like I'll never forget, like I was at this concert and I was with a guy I was seeing. And so he introduced me to somebody, like, so the guy, he's like well-known guy, whatever, he's a well-known guy that he introduced me to. And so the guy I was with, he was really excited about seeing the guy. He's like, oh, telling me who he was. I already knew who the guy was, but I'm like, I had never met him. But, of course, he got a little clout, so I knew who the guy was.
Okay.
So, I went to, reach out to shake his hand or whatever. He was like, nah, I don't shake hands. I hug. So I gave him a hug.
Did you keep your pelvic in or did you put your pelvic?
No, I gave him a church hug.
Okay, you better have him.
And so, but he whispered in my ear, I'll take you from your man. I said, oh, Lord. So,
that's a good icebreaker.
That's an excellent icebreaker.
So imagine I have to keep, because I was so.
It took you back.
My game face is not good at all. So all I could do was be so thankful that we were in a concert setting, and so it was dark. So first of all, my guy couldn't see my facial expression, and then I'm just like, how do you go back from? So like the whole night, I was like, I'm uncomfortable because the guy, he went back over there and he's over there laughing and chuckling and kicking it with my guy.
His job is done.
But he's still like, if my guy, he went off a couple of times, go get drink refills, go to the bathroom, whatever. And the guy is making inappropriate gestures. So I'm just like.
So if that guy that you was with wasn't really your guy, he was just, arm candy or whatever, dude would have won, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, because he wasn't,
he would have won.
No,
he had you.
No, his age now. Let me tell you another.
See, you going into statistics now. We're not gonna go into statistics of age.
Okay, but had he been
the game,
had he been my type, yes, he would have definitely won.
Okay.
And then another time, like I was I'm telling you, it's just always inappropriate. So the guy,
inappropriate.
I am.
You attract what you get.
He pulled my arm, and I'm walking again, holding hands with the man. So you clearly knew I wasn't by myself. Holding hands, he walking. My foot had got tied, so he kind of like dragging me now because we trying to get out the venue. Other guy stopped, grabbed my hand, slip his number. And, I'm like,
ooh, that's bold.
That's bold.
I said, now listen, had this dude saw you, listen, you could have got both of us jumped on up in this doggone McCormick place. I'm just like, look, now.
See, those the men that don't get my respect, though, because you don't even respect the man that I'm standing here with. And if you don't, and I understand it's a man world, and that chest is like.
I would never do that.
I can tell you
it's that respect. It's the respect. So I don't have the crazy ones, but
I get the crazy ones and the old ones all the time.
I got one that stands out where I used to always have mommy day. I would get off work. Look, shout out, whatever. Y'all can send me a promo, whatever you want to. But I used to go to Fridays almost every payday. Mm-hmm. Sit at the bar, have me some hot wings and an amaretto sour. It was my time to separate home and work before I went home. And this guy just walked up behind me and he was just like, I know that you're not sitting here by yourself. And I turned around and I said, well, I am. And he was like, impossible. Where are your friends at? Where's your man at? Where's like you can't. He's like, I never see women do this. And I was like, well, this is what I do. I'm here every other Friday. This is what I do. And he went back. He was there with his coworkers. He came over to get drinks for the coworkers and asked, what was I drinking? Told them, can he give me another one? Oh, I'll take that. Then he came back. He was like, I want to be too forward. I don't want to do too much, but here is my number. If you feel that you would like to give me a call, I would really love for you to give me a call.
Wow.
Now, that was some good stuff.
Gentleman one-on-one.
Yeah, but he turned out to be a jerk.
Oh, that was his.
A year and a half later.
That was his game approach then.
That man told me he was married and his wife found out about us.
Ooh.
You see how the tables are flipped on you? That's another story. Geez. But in the beginning, that was nice. That was awesome.
Well, I had one that made me cry. This is just recent.
No.
Oh my God. Listen, you all, I
was
cried.
It good tears?
No, it was not. It was mortified tears. This is first of all, I'm friendly. Like I'll talk. Listen, if you want to talk, I'm gonna talk. I'm just gonna talk. So this, Lord, please help me. I gotta get better. He was 96 years old, and he gonna tell me some well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't got too much time left on here. I'm just looking for some sex. I'm like,
hey, I mean, what can you say past that?
Yeah.
And at that point, all I could do was just sit up here and cry because I'm just like, I feel like I was respecting my elders, and you gonna come at me out the bag like that, and I said, oh, I almost lost my seat to heaven because I almost went in and so as I just walked away, I just started crying.
Baby, he ain't had that much time. He had to shoot his shot. He loved what he saw. He said, I'm just being honest.
He shot his shot with a musket.
I cried. Listen, you all. This was recently, so I'm still kind of sensitive about this, but I cried.
You was traumatized.
I'm still traumatized. Like I cried myself to sleep. I cried, so I was just like.
You can't pick and choose who's going to be the man and who's going to be honest. I'm sorry. That man was honest. Look, I might go tomorrow, but baby, you is fine. I probably give you the best 20 seconds of your life.
Could have got it like maybe in the will. You never know how.
You know, even if you didn't want it, you gotta admit he shot that shot, and I'm happy for Grandpa.
I wanted to shoot him right there in the parking lot. I said, you know what? Let me
go ahead and take me out and get that 60% discount.
He wasn't even. You could tell he was up there knocking on the door with Harriet Tubman. Them. You could tell that's you. I'm not never.
He was a third runaway slave for you.
He was right there. He was
call my mama sister right now. My daddy's sister.
He was on there. I'm just like he wasn't even one. You knew he was somebody's great pawpaw, and you sitting up here talking about some. Yeah, I don't want the conversation.
Dating app for elders.
I just want some sex.
Is there a dating app for elders?
But think about it, sex would not have been like that aggressive. You could have just rubbed them for a little minute and
Just a little-
rub and done.
You could have hit it with the
With gloves on. He wouldn't know. His eyes would have been closed. And you could have like threw on some incense. Look, set the scene. Incense, a little glove.
Girl, you could have blew in that man
And that
fell down.
and he would have and then you got your money.
He'd have gone ahead
All
on and
I
went
say
to
is,
glory.
Lord, please, can I have some nice, able-bodied men to come and have the same? Because I kid you not, if you look at my inbox, it's nothing but seniors in my inbox. I just don't understand. So I know this about myself. For some reason,
It's the old good spirit in you that's bringing them.
well, I need to change my spirit because I cannot. So I was outdone with that one. But you all listen.
I cried.
Shoot, I still cry. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna go home and cry again
You
because
is
you know,
not.
I'm just okay. I just
You is
cannot.
not.
I'm just like just
imagine her in the corner singing like "Unbreak My Heart." You know, that she was in the corner, she was crying like "Unbreak My Heart."
No.
Tony Braxton crying.
no. It was
When
that.
you-
It was that ugly. It was the ugly hysterical cry.
Oh,
She was over in the corner singing old Negro spirituals. Please don't do
my
this to me, Lord.
Why me, Lord?
Why have you forsaken thee?
Can I get a good night's handful of my AIDS is so out of me? But Lord, please let
oh. Okay.
Drezy Claus put a good man on a Christmas
I'm gonna have to see what I can do.
for Jay. Not an old one though.
Not an old one.
Not a broke one either.
No.
Not a short one
Not
either.
a cheap
Oh.
one. Lord, not one for the streets, Lord. You know, so that's how I was over there. But guys, listen.
I'm done.
Tonight,
She
you
didn't ask
guys,
for too much.
we're talking about staying for the kids.
Please don't do it.
Staying for the kids. Listen, a lot of times we like to say, this is a common phrase, which I still don't understand how this happens, but the love is gone, or we've outgrown each other, or I really don't know how do you outgrow somebody, but I got to be
You could grow up.
I got to be in a relationship or in love long enough to figure out how do you outgrow somebody. But stuff happens, relationships end. But is it ever okay when it comes to having kids? Is it healthy for people to stay in relationships that they don't want to be in anymore? What do you all think about that? Is it healthy to stay in a relationship where you like, man, I don't even want to be here no more? Like, is it healthy, and is it ever a good idea? What do you think about that, Lady Lotus?
Don't think it's a good idea. I do not think that it's healthy because, one, you wasting my time and I'm wasting your time, and you blocking my blessings of whoever's supposed to be finding me because we done made a kid together. I also think that I feel that what are you teaching your children? You teaching your children to stay in a relationship that you're clearly not happy in. And if we're not happy, how can our children be happy? We putting on airs and we putting on fronts, and then we wonder why our kids are dysfunctional.
What do you think about that, Dre? What is your thoughts on that? Is it ever okay is it healthy for people to stay in relationships that they don't want to be in? And is it ever okay to do so?
I don't think it's healthy because, of course, you have the resentment and the potential for cheating and doing other things that could be detrimental to the family down the line. Outside kids, for instance, stuff like that, or entanglements, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that some families do it because they really don't want to separate, because separating means starting over. And for some people, starting over is just too much trouble. So they rather deal with what they deal with until the kids get a certain age and do their own thing, whatever the case may be. They actually work it out and they have a different life from that point on. But they work it out as opposed to not working it out and doing things on their own, which is worse. So I'm not a fan of it. I don't have any children, but I have plenty of people that are married and do things and stuff like that. And I've seen, working in schools, what happens with kids that go through their separations and divorces and how they manifest for them. So I just think that they should definitely try to work it out. If they can't, then split as amicably as possible. But it's going to hurt no matter what you do. It's going to hurt no matter what you do. Nothing's going to be perfect, like a TV show. And TV shows aren't even perfect. I mean, the only perfect TV show that had kids out of wedlock, multiple kids, was Brady Bunch. and that was made up.
Yeah.
So that was it.
And see, my take on it is a little bit different. I think that first it depends on the individuals involved, because when people do, let's just say you felt like y'all both at the same time felt like, you know what, I don't even want to do this no more, but we got the kids. So there is no tension there. We just mutually agreed that, listen, this relationship, this marriage has run its course, but I want my kids to be brought up in a 2-parent household, so they are able to make an agreement where they come together and they sit up there and they're able to have a good relationship and they raise their kids. And I've actually seen an example of that, where I have a friend that his parents were never married, but they lived together the entire, like, since I've known him, they've always lived together, but they lived separate lives, and like they never brought their personal lives to the house. So like whatever the mother did, listen, nobody brought the situation.
Did they grow up knowing they wasn't together? Okay, that's different though.
He knew that they weren't different, and so like when I actually saw it for myself, I'm just like, dig, how do like I was
That's
always
so unique though.
fascinated on how
that's
they
different from fronting and pretending we are a happy unit, opposed to we not together, we love each other, but we want y'all to grow up in a household together. I can respect that. I respect that more than two people being together for the sake of their kids. And when these kids turn 18, we separated.
And even after they were grown, he was good and grown. His parents, they still stayed together until one of the parents passed away. Then, they went there, but they always stayed together. And it's just like they had the mannerisms of a married couple. Like, they were so funny to see, but they did their own separate things, and I'm just like,
and they kept their business and they
kept it in the streets. Like they always knew. And I don't know, like the back end, did they say that, okay, well, we would never get me? I don't know those details, but I do know we were together, we were around each other for a very long time, even up until the parent passed away. But I always looked at it. So now going forward, what did that instill in my friend? And it was always in him, like, I don't care if I ever had kids, I'm going to be there for my kids, just like my daddy and my mama was there for me. Even if you cannot like me all you want to, we going to find a way to make it work, because I will be under the same roof with my kids. And so now him being grown, that's how he's always modeled his life. Like, this is what I'm doing for my kids. My daddy was always there for me. My mom was always there for me. They wasn't together. He was like, I want to get married, and I'm gonna, my purpose is to have kids within the confines of a marriage. But if anything was to ever happen, this is what I'm doing. And he would tell women that. He's like, listen, this is what I'm doing. So, if you can't see me for that, then we don't need to be involved, because if anything ever happened, I'm going to always be there for my kids. But on the flip side, when it's something toxic,
you can't stay. I've experienced this in two ways. I went to visit a family, stayed with them. I thought the whole time this was a happy front, okay? Husband home for the weekend for work, mama in the kitchen cooking, kids, grandkids, we all enjoying ourselves. I went back to visit 2 years later, and they was 100% separated. The truth came out that they were only together for the sake of their children. And when those last set of kids turned 18, she packed her things and she left.
Abruptly.
What are you teaching first of all, your daughters, who I see all as dysfunctional within relationships? You're not teaching me as a woman that I'm valued. I have value. If I'm not happy, I should get up and leave. I've dealt with this in my own relationship. I want my kids to stay with their daddy. I don't want them having no stepdaddy. but I'm not happy. He's not happy. And it's like, it's just getting dysfunctional and dysfunctional and dysfunctional. If I'm not happy and we can't find that happy medium, I don't want my kids growing up in dysfunctionality, and I'd rather get away from you before I hate you. I would rather, and we don't have to separate and say we're not a family anymore. Just because we separate, we still family. We still should be going out to eat with these kids, doing everything that we was doing. But I'm not laying in no bed with nobody for years on years on years that we don't want to be together. And please don't be with me for the sake of my children. I don't want that. That's not what I was brought here for. If we fell out of love and we can't figure it out and we can't get it back together, fine, so be it. We're going to figure out how to co-parent. If we can't co-parent, then I know how to step my game up. I raise mine. They going to watch you do nothing. They going to watch me do everything.
And that was what I was going to ask you. So what would, as far as for you, Dre, like, would that be an ideal situation? Would you be okay with somebody saying, you know what, listen, I don't want this, but I'm going to stay with you just for the sake of the kids, but we've been over with?
I'll be miserable. And I don't think I would want nobody to do that, because it's like having a living hostage. You know, a hostage situation where you're in here and you got to tiptoe around and do all this other stuff. You can't bring nobody around because Auntie Jaye ain't really Auntie Jaye, you know? You know? And I don't want to do nothing like that because that's already living a lie. So no, I would not want that. I would not want that. I don't think it'd be comfortable for me, let alone my kids, and even that dynamic of the family and the friends. If it's a clean break, make it a clean break as best as possible. And it is what it is from that point, because more than likely there's other parties that's involved and connected. Right. So if you sit there and you live in for the sake of the kids, but you miserable and doing stuff like that, it's going to show in other ways. Even to yourself inside, you know? No, I don't need to. I wouldn't want that, and I wouldn't want to try that.
Yeah. And a lot of times we as adults, we forget how smart kids are. They're very, especially these little people today, they're very smart. The
alphas.
They're very receptive. Like, they know they're exposed. These little folks have been to Mars and back. So these little people, they know a lot more than we give them credit for. So if you think that you're staying together for the kids, you not. Because they done already saw the videos of, people breaking up, and they know the energy, the vibe is in the air. They know that y'all are not on one accord. They know that y'all don't like each other. So guess what? They take it back to school, because if you're stressed out and it's stressed at home, your kids are stressed. Yep. And they taking it to school. Now they taking it out on their classmates and the teacher and, and all this other stuff. It catapults out of control because we're staying together for the kids. But y'all energy ain't even right. Y'all ain't even on one accord. Everybody, listen, the dog done ran away because the dog's so sick of y'all ish. The dog looked through the little dog house thing, like, nah, they still up in there. I feel for myself.
Fish over there floating in the tank.
The fish, like, let me go ahead on and die, because ain't nobody fed me in about 2 weeks. So I need, death will be my peace to get up out of here from these folks acting crazy. So it's like, when you think about staying together for the kids, could it work? Possible. I mean, it's possible, but it depends on you all. It depends on the dynamics of that relationship. And unfortunately, I don't think that a lot of people are willing to be selfless, willing to put the crap behind and really try to move forward in a healthy way. Because a lot of times when it's beef and bad blood, we always trying to one up each other. It's gonna always be tension and some crap in the air, because we just, it's just human nature, and we haven't healed. But if you took that time and said, okay, we're gonna stay together for the kids, it's better financially and all this and that, sit down and talk to a professional.
Yeah.
Don't try to just do that ish yourself and just, sweep the stuff under the rug.
You really got to have a plan for that. Yep. We got to make sure that we are both willing to say, if I meet someone else, I can't really fall in love with this person, because how this is affecting this person. This person want to meet my kids, but you can't meet my kids because I'm over here faking the funk.
Living a lie.
So I really can't go out into the world and really find me a partner unless I find a partner that's willing to understand that I love you and I care about you. But every night I'm going home to this man because we faking the funk for these kids. That's a lot. And one thing, our generation ain't set up like our grandma now. No. Grandma, look, I will tell you, grandma told not my grandma, his grandma said, baby, let a man be a man now. As long as that man bringing that money home and he taking care of you and them kids and he keeping that stuff out there in them streets, you let that man be a man. The difference between great grandpa and them, they kept their business in the street. They kept their stuff at the juke joint. If that woman stepped out of line, grandma about to tear her up. It never came back to the kids.
And it wasn't woman's intention to tear it up.
We never knew they was poor. We never knew we didn't have this and we didn't have that because those generations, that's how they were. Now we put everything at our kids' fingertip. Here go the link card. Go to the store. I get paid on Friday. I didn't know when my mama got paid. We was embarrassed.
You put them on a different level.
We was embarrassed to go to the store with some food stamps. Yeah. We were things that were ashamed now is back then is glorified now.
And plus the chicks, the people's mission today is to tear up your home. So back then, me and Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on over here. We know it ain't right. We both wrong, but Mrs. Jones is okay with being over here. Mrs. Jones is not trying to come show up at your house.
Shirley called me.
Exactly.
Shirley, me and you about to do what old girl said. We about to run up on him. We about to meet him at the restaurant.
So it's just like it's just we definitely are living in a different day and time, and people's hearts are different. So it's just like if you are gonna stay together for your kids, like I say, I don't feel it's not a right and a wrong answer.
Yeah.
It's just a way to do it, and you just have to make sure that if you do make that choice, have a plan and let that plan include sitting down and talking with somebody professionally. Mm-hmm. But if you decide to go your separate ways, still sit down with somebody professionally and help them, let them help you unpack all your feelings and your issues so that you guys can co-parent separately. But at the end of the day, the goal and the focus should always be on what's best for the kids. We got to remove ourselves as adults and think about what is going to be best for our kids. And then we have to move forward and do that. But a lot of times we get stuck. He cheated, she cheated. Move past yourself. Look at what's best for your kids. Guys, listen, want to thank you so much for tuning in. Want to thank our guest, Drezy Claus, for joining us. Do me a favor, drop again how they can get in contact with you.
Everything on social media is Drezy Claus. Let me spell that out if you can't see it. DreezyClaus. No E at the end because some people like to believe that S the E on the end, but no, it's Claus. Drezy Claus on all platforms. Website, Facebook, Instagram. What am I missing? Twitter is all there. And you go from there. The book is on Amazon. You can type it in, Drezy Claus. There's only 2 books that'll pop up. And you can get them now and get them early so you can have them. If you're in Chicago, I can even meet up and sign them for you. I'll start that customized for your children. So we go from there.
And these are activity books, okay? It's not just a book. This is an activity book.
Yeah, activity book and everything. Got Sudoku in there for people who like math.
So guys, again, we'll definitely have Drezy Claus information. And Drezy Claus is Chicago's first official Black Santa. He joined us here on tonight, guys. Want to thank you so much for tuning in.
You.
Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J-Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J-Spot. Also go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, the J-Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye. Until next time, you guys, peace out. Good night, you guys.
Good night.
Thank you for hitting the J-Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.